Well, a woman's crusade to end gender and generational abuse is spreading worldwide. Tonight's changemaker didn't realize what she experienced as a child as she was abused. She thought about turning a hand on her own baby. Well, tonight, how she broke the cycle of abuse and is now changing lives.
Changemakers, brought to you by Adapt Community Network, empowering people through innovative solutions one person at a time. We change.
It's something many adults don't even realize, that they were abused as children. It's the slapping and yelling they come to know as the norm. And that's a life activist Indrani Goradia experienced. She didn't realize it until she had her first baby, who she wanted to hit to make him stop crying.
I told my husband that I wanted to hurt our baby, and he said, "Get help."
And she did immediately, then began to understand more about the cycle of generational abuse.
Generational abuse is when the things that happened before you were an adult, you just normalize it and you say things like, well, it happened to me and I turned out okay.
Indrani took her pain from her own childhood and turned it into passion to help others. She started Indranis Light, a nonprofit which not only cares for survivors of domestic violence, it teaches them how to stop generational abuse and empowers women to change their lives.
Please hold up your hand if you personally know someone, a woman, who has been affected by gender violence.
Indrani's efforts have caught the attention of many familiar names, including Mandy Moore. She also met with former President Obama, helping get the message out. Big Little Lies is one example, I think, that we're seeing consistent domestic violence, and one of the big characters there. Does that help things or hurt things? Does it help it to kind of bring it out there?
We need floodlights on what is happening behind the scenes. I guarantee that every time that flashes on the screen, some woman is thinking, that's happening to me. Maybe I should tell somebody about it.
An estimated 35% of women worldwide have experienced some type of domestic abuse. What do you do to tell people the warning signs, and what do you wish people knew?
When you start making excuses very early on for someone else's behavior, and you start tamping down your gut is telling you something's wrong. It's okay.
Indrani says we see domestic abuse all around us, on the streets and on the trains. It has no boundaries.
It crosses every education, it crosses every culture, it crosses every economic level. It is top to bottom and bottom up.
All right, if you feel like you're in an abusive situation or know somebody who is, we have several links at pix11.com under this story, Indranis Lights. And if you know of a good change maker in your community, we would certainly love to hear about them. You can reach out to me on Facebook at Tamsin Vidal. Also, you can hit me up on Twitter or Instagram.